Hello, welcome to Stephen Speak. Welcome to this episode where I'll be continuing a list of a countdown of my YouTube subscriptions that I really, really love and watch regularly. So stay tuned for that. Welcome to Stephen Speak, the podcast. Unscripted prattle on everything and nothing. Hello, welcome to the episode. As I say, continuation of a countdown of my favourite YouTube subscriptions from content creators that produce really good content, interesting content. And some of the content creators are just stuff that, you can really just sit back and enjoy and take your brain out for a little bit, which is something we all need to do sometimes. So in the previous episode, I went through quite a diverse list, really, but I realised how much YouTube I actually watch, which is quite scary, really. Probably really need to maybe go to the gym and watch them while I'm at the gym. Well, that might be really helpful rather than sat on the settee and watching it. But anyway, that's something for my own personal development. So next on the list, I got a list of 20. I started doing it, I thought I was going to do a countdown of 10. And then when I actually started going through my subscription list of the things I actually like and probably want to tell people about, and actually the ones that I watch regularly, I thought, you know what, this is at least 20 long now. And I probably could have added a couple more to this, if I'm honest with you. But these are probably the ones that are in my constant cycle. Some of them I watch like daily or every other day, depending on when they release content. I'll literally watch videos as soon as they're released. Other times I'll dip in and out of them and then binge some. And generally this is the list of my countdown. So no particular order, same as the last list. It was just how I came across them in my list and through my brain. So the first one is a YouTube channel I've been watching for a long, long time, and it's a program called a channel called Ashens, and he's also got another channel called Extra Ashens. But Stuart Ashen runs this YouTube channel, and it's been going for about 18 years now, I believe. So like he's been going a long time. Basically, all it is him. Normally, don't normally see his face generally. It's just facing a brown couch, and he reviews stuff. So Tatty's bought off the internet. Tatty's bought from like Poundland, which is like the same as Dollar Store, really, from America. And he just reviews stuff, really, and goes through it all to see how good it is. Is it worth the value? He's quite a witty, funny guy as well, so that helps. Quite sarcastic, which I really relate to. And it's just like an interesting channel. He does some gaming stuff as well, which if anyone's into like retro gaming, he's got quite a few videos about retro gaming. He's written a couple of books about retro gaming. I think they were called Terrible Old Games You've Probably Never Heard of. Brilliant, just literally going through games that are awful and shouldn't play, which is a hilarious idea. And he's done a couple of films as well. So he's Ashens. And The Quest for the Game Child, Polybius Heist, and he's releasing a new one, which off the top of my head I've completely forgot the name of, but if I remember I'll put the link in the description, which is I think currently going on Kickstarter, which is going to be more of a horror genre for him, about the legend of Black Shuck in the Norfolk area, which is interesting. I kind of like the concept. And his other two films are very, very good as well, so if you like kind of geeky comedy, I don't know, I hasten to say like carry-on film. It's not really a carry-on film. It's just a very like satirish kind of sarcastic comedy film, I would say. And they're just funny. They're just funny. Probably not doing them justice the way I'm describing them, to be honest. Stuart Ashen. I'll put all the links to all the channels in the description. Next one is How Ridiculous. You've probably heard of these guys. These are three Australian lads, Brett, Derek, and Scott, and they just basically have fun. Like all their videos are just mad, loud, in your face, and they just try and do ridiculous things. So they kind of started off, I think, throwing like balls or frisbees off a balcony, trying to score crazy shots, and they still kind of do that now. So basically, they throw stuff off this like massive tower somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Australia, just see what it's going to do, see if they can like drop a heavyweight through something. So there's a lot of destruction on that channel, to be fair. They go to this, I think it's in Switzerland, they go to this like big massive dam in Switzerland and they throw stuff off it and they play games and they try and score points on each other, and it sounds terrible, but it's just fun. Again, it's one of them channels you can take your brain out and just watch it for what it is. Good fun. How ridiculous. And it is. And this one is someone I've discovered for my love of coffee, and it's Mr. James Hoffman. And he's basically a coffee connoisseur. He's written some books, which are on my wish list, and I need to buy them. Ironically, good coffee table books, I would say. And he just basically reviews coffee machines. He basically gives you ideas on how to brew coffee, tells you how to do it, tells you the most economical way if you don't want to spend a fortune on stuff. But he also reviews like everyday stuff as well as high-end stuff. So, depending on what your budget is, he's probably got you covered. And again, he's a really good host. It's kind of presented in kind of an almost like cooking show style, where he's behind a counter and he's showing you stuff and such things, and he's brewing stuff, and he'll taste things as well. So one day he tasted all these creamers to see what they were like. But yeah, he's an expert in his field, and he knows his stuff. And he is also a very good host, and he's also a bit sarcastic and has a good sense of humor. So highly recommend James Hoffman. And now the next person on the list is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, which from the name is Justin Hawkins from the Darkness fame. And he basically chats about music, rates music, talks about people's performances, good or bad. Kind of like takes people's comments on from the chat. So if he puts a video up, someone says, "Oh, you want to go and look at this?" He will. He looks at new music, and what I've discovered from that, and obviously knew he was a good musician, but you really appreciate like his musical knowledge, like his theoretical musical knowledge. So he'll start looking at a song he's never heard before, and he's like reviewing it, and then he'll pick it up and he'll start playing bits of it, and he'll go, "Yeah, that's in the key of such and such. It's using pentatonics and blah, blah, blah." Incredible. And he does also videos where he looks at his own comments and looks at people basically taking the piss out of him, which is quite funny as well. Looks at his own performances and explains things about his own life. And he just comes across as a really nice guy, which I always thought he was. He's very open and honest, and I think he can be critical of people's music because he's a musician. So if you're an expert in something, you probably can have an opinion, to be honest. So go check it out. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. The next one in the list is probably one that everyone's heard of, and it's Mr. Beast. So he had to make the list. I was very dubious when I kind of started watched a Mr. Beast video to see what it was all about, because obviously all the hype and all the views he gets and some of the stuff he does. But having watched them and seen him being interviewed, like, he seems like a genuine person, seems like a genuine guy, and yeah, I was quite impressed with him, if I'm honest with you. And his videos are just outrageously over the top. He has insane downloads and view figures. Yeah, he's a bit of a force of nature on YouTube, and but he's just a nice guy. And he gives a lot of money away, so he'll do challenges where people have to stay in a circle for as long as they can. And if they do, they win like £100,000 or $100,000 as it is, and other such things like that. And he'll just go into a supermarket and buy a whole supermarket and donate the whole thing to charity and like ship it out and help local areas. And he's done so much for charity. So even though I was dubious when I first started watching some of his videos, they are very well filmed and set up, and they just get to the point. There's no long setup. It basically does what it says on the tin, and it's that kind of kind of like how ridiculous. It's in your face, gets the job done, and I can see why he has so many followers and so many subscriptions and so made so much money from it, basically. But from what, if truth be told, apparently he doesn't really take a lot of the money. He invests it all back in, so fair play to him. Takes what he needs to live and carries on. But Mr. Beast, if you haven't heard of him, where have you been? But yeah, I believe his real name's James Donaldson as well. I don't know if that's true. Just had a quick Google, as I realized people always call him Jimmy, but I didn't think it was called James. Which you don't make that leap sometimes. Well, I don't anyway. Mr. Beast, go check him out. add to them millions and billions of views. Another one I will not miss a video of, to be honest. This is one of the channels where it's a must. It is a must see. As soon as they drop one of their channel videos, I've got the alerts turned on, and it's immediately putting either the watch later, or it's like I'm downloading that, or yes, I have YouTube Premium. Don't moan. I'm downloading it, or I'll literally watch it straight away as soon as it comes up. And that's a guy called Mr. Mobile, Michael Fisher, and his videos are all about mobile devices, including laptops and new mobile tech, really, but primarily focused on mobile phones and tablets, really. And he, for me, is one of the best tech. He's up there with I can't think of the other guy that I watch, who just missed out on this list, if I'm honest with you. Is his name Marcus? And he has like a car channel and stuff now, but Mr. Mobile focuses on mobile devices, and I chose Mr. Mobile over the other channels I watch is because I feel like he's the most impartial, and you can tell he's got that passion for especially folding devices and devices that push the boundaries and push the envelope of like design. He does a brilliant series. If you do go and check out his channel, he does a brilliant series called When Phones Were Fun. And it just basically says about, the times like back in the early 2000s where we had weird shaped phones, or phones that did different things, phones that twisted, phones that could play games, phones that were consoles, phones that you held weird to take a call. So yeah, he's just a really, really good channel. Very, very, very nicely made videos. Doesn't give like the manufacturers any input into the videos that he produces. Like, he produces them, sends them out there. They have no like checking procedure and stuff, which is really cool. Yeah, and even his ads in his videos go fly by because he doesn't really label a point, which is really cool. So yeah, Mr. Mobile on YouTube, go check him out. I don't think you'll be disappointed with that one. I think that's a good shout. I think for general people that just want to know what the new Google phone's like, or what the actual Apple phone's like, or how it compares to the previous models, or how the 3 new phones that are coming out compare with each other. And he's quite impartial as well, even though I think he is on the side of Android. And the next one is another one that another YouTube channel that I really like. He's funny, bit erratic, just says what he feels, and just a clever guy, and has built this channel up. And you know what you get from him, and that's Nerd Cubed. Works a lot with Ashens sometimes, for different things. Was in the Ashens films. But Daniel Hardcastle of Nerd Cubed, great guy. Well, I never met him, but he comes across as a great guy. And yeah, just his videos are just really about gaming. He knows what he knows as well. Like, he's quite a knowledgeable person, and he's one of them people that I think if he recommends a game, I would like it, and it wouldn't be just a flippant recommendation. It would be something that he would recommend because he thinks the general populace would like it. Yeah, and his videos are fun. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He does various types of videos, playthroughs. He does gaming primarily. He does do the odd review of like collectibles and stuff, but primarily it's gaming. But he does playthroughs, testing games, looking at the first looks at games. But he also like sees to not say and break them, but he messes around in games to see what he can do. So you get these like construction games, like he challenges himself to build like weird vehicles and stuff, and it's just funny. His brain almost works like mine in some ways. When I think what he's doing, I watch his videos and think I would be doing the exact same thing. That's hilarious. So yeah, it's Nerd Cubed. He has a couple of channels, but Nerd Cubed is the main one. So I'm sure you can find links to the other ones. And the next one is Trek Trendy, and I believe this guy is called Will Davis. And this guy it's basically a travel YouTube channel. So but it's more about the getting there rather than the destination. So this guy basically takes like luxury trains, luxury planes, luxury cruises, and basically reviews them and says whether they're worth the money. Again, very well put together videos. It shows you everything you probably need to know about a journey, tells you how much they are, gives you some tips about how to get them cheaper if you can. But yeah, his videos are like traveling first class in planes, traveling first class on trains, doing sleeper journeys. Yeah, and recently he's been doing a lot of cruise videos as well. And his girlfriend, I think it's his girlfriend, not his wife, has been in quite a few of the videos. Yeah, and he just seems like a genuinely nice guy. He likes his NASA jumpers and his Tims, as he calls them, his Timberlands. And it's kind of a theme through his videos where he takes the Tims off. Always has to have his NASA representing somewhere on his clothing normally. But yeah, go and check him out. It's Trek Trendy, and yeah, if you want a bit of an insight what it'd be like to travel first class somewhere, go and have a look because it is insane. It is some of the journeys he's done are insane, and I think even if I was a millionaire, I feel like I still wouldn't do some of the journeys because they cost a ridiculous amount of money for one trip. It's mental, and that's without the hotel. Remember, it's just literally just the journey to get there. Um, okay, another one that I really like, and again, this is another channel that if they put a video up, it's straight in the watch later pile, or I'm gonna go watch it straight away, and that's Tom Scott. Now Tom Scott's been doing he's been doing insane things on YouTube for years. I only discovered him probably about 2-3 years ago, but he's pretty much been releasing videos non-stop for years, like well over 10 years. And it's got to be some sort of record, and it's got to be like a difficult job to do that. Like you release content that frequently, is pretty insane. So I can't remember if it's like one video a week or one video every 2 weeks or something, but he's been doing that for a set time, uh, without fail, pretty much. And yeah, it's quite crazy. So his videos are basically just really interesting short videos about a subject. Like they're just about, I don't know. So what did I watch recently? Oh, I'm having a mental blank. So like he went to one once and it was about this little monorail system to get to people's houses, like basically personal monorail systems. I can't remember what country it was in now. I want to say New Zealand, but I don't know if it was. And then he's done he's done them about the railway, like this old system to check if rocks were falling off the hill, so rock fall and stuff onto the railway, and it's like this old wire system that alerts the signallers to rock falls on the line in Scotland. But he does them about everything. He's done them about the way they send them the air powered tubes through. You put your information in a little tube and it fires through a tube system. It's all air powered. He did that about a hospital in America that still uses that to get stuff between bits of the hospital fast. It was crazy, and some of the things are like really unbelievable. Like you just think, God, no one would see that, and you really wonder how he comes up with like the contacts and the research and stuff to constantly like go to these places. And it's all over the world. He'll go all over the world, America, like all over Europe. He's a traveler and he gets his content out there, and it's good content, and it's only short normally, but it's like really factual and a lot of time a bit mind blowing, if I'm honest with you. So Tom Scott is a definite thumbs up to watch if you like facts and like to learn a bit of things. Really, I've not really done justice there with some of the stuff. It sounds a bit weird, but honestly, go and look at some of his videos and you'll see where I'm coming from. And last but not least is another one with Trek in the name. It's Trek Culture, which I think is part of the What Culture brand. I'm presuming just by the name, but yeah, Trek Culture is a YouTube channel that basically they put out content about Star Trek. So they review episodes, synopsises of episodes, synopsises. Insert correct word here, and yeah, they just they do countdowns like the top 10 episodes with a character. Top 10 episodes that featured such and such, top 10 episodes of a series, all these different things. And basically, if you're a Star Trek fan, you might learn some stuff, to be fair. Might teach you how much of a Star Trek fan you are. Generally, I would say that I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of knew that. Oh yeah, I did spot that. But sometimes I'm like, whoa, that's mind-blowing. And you have to have a bit of a Google, don't you, just to make sure it's correct. But generally, like, you learn stuff on that channel. So if you're into Star Trek, it's a bit of a more specific one, this, but into Star Trek, definitely get onto Trek Culture. The content's really good, to be fair. Countdowns, they don't really mess around with the countdowns. Sometimes channels faff around a bit, but they pretty much get into the crux of it and bang them out there. So yeah, so that's the other 10 off the list there. So a bit of a varied one, a bit of music, a bit of fun, a bit of nerdy stuff, a bit of facts and that, and a bit of channels that'll teach you some stuff about just general interest, really, if you've got an interest in coffee or like mobile technology and stuff. But yeah, they're the things that keep me interested, and they're the things I watch. So I'll try and put as many links in the description as I possibly can, so you can go and click and check them out. But a quick Google of any of them, I'm sure they're all really, really popular channels. So if you've not already heard of them, a quick Google will probably get you the link reasonably quick. Thank you very much for listening. I would like to end on the fact that last week I used an AI thing to sort out the old transcript and such things. I thought I'd try it out. My web host has added this feature. So let me know what you thought of the description of the episode, because it was all pretty much AI generated. Same with the title, and we'll see what this one generates as well. So just let me know, send me a message, and the same as always. Like, share, subscribe. I do have a subscription service. You can throw me a couple of quid to support me. Link in the description as well, and check out my website. It needs updating again. I haven't been on there for a while, unfortunately. Been super busy. But I'm gonna get out another blog soon. I think I need to kick myself up the arse a bit. But until the next episode, take care of yourselves, Jerry Springer style, and I'll speak to you all soon. You've been listening to Stephen Speak the podcast. Thanks for listening to my unscripted prattle on everything and nothing. Visit stephenspeak.com for updates, information, and my blog. You can follow more updates on social media at StephenSpeakPC. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you soon.